All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Herbs Class 5-Minute Math, here with some calculated work. So today we're going to talk about how to do normal distribution problems using the graphing calculator, the TI, and immediately after the TI we're going to talk about the Casio. But here we are with a normal distribution problem, and instead of working with the 68, the 95, and the 99.7, and the multiples of the standard deviation, what happens if we can't do it that way? So we have our graphing calculator. So here's a problem about Brahma chicken producing eggs. And so like every other normal distribution problem, we're going to start with a picture. Okay, so here's our normal curve. We got 55, the mean, in the middle of the curve. And we are going to mark up this curve depending on what the problem is asking. So first off, it's asking the probability that an egg is medium. So let's see what the medium range is here in the problem. The medium range goes from 53 to 63. We can mark that on our picture. Let's do that. Okay, so we are talking about this range of values right here. We want to know the probability that our egg would be in this range. So we go to the calculator. On a TI, what we're going to do is first we're going to turn it on. To get to distribution, we're going to hit second vars. Second vars, and you can see right above it says distribution. So second vars takes us to distribution. Now, we are going to pick normal CDF. Normal CDF is when you're working with ranges. Normal PDF is when you're working with just one single value. So we're going to work with normal CDF. Now, in your calculator, you're going to have to enter certain things. And these are the 4 things you're going to have to enter. The lower limit of your range that you're searching in, the upper limit of your range, the mean, and the standard deviation with commas, and then close the parentheses. So for this particular example, medium eggs are in a range from 53 to 63. So my lower limit for medium eggs is 53. Yep, just like that, comma. My upper limit for medium eggs is 63, comma. The mean and standard deviation are always going to be given to you. The mean is 55, comma, and standard deviation is 7. Bang! That is the probability that an egg will be in that range. Now, don't forget, probability and percentage is only off by 100. So when I write down this probability of 0.486, what that really means is 48.6 of my eggs are in that range. Nice. All right, let's talk about the next example. Okay, here we are back to our picture. Now the next example is talking about extra large eggs. So what's the range for extra large eggs? What's the range for extra large eggs? As you can see here, the range says a weight of greater than 73. So let's put that on our picture. Here is my value of 73, and I'm talking about eggs that are bigger than that. So I am talking about this part of my graph. Now let's talk about the lower limit for that part of the graph. What is the lower limit for that part of the graph? 73, exactly right. What is the upper limit of that part of the graph? Good question. That goes on forever. Do not worry about the constraints of the problem. If you don't have an upper limit for greater than problems, your upper limit is infinity. But we will put that in our calculator as a series of 9s. Just at least put 6 or 7 9s for your infinity. Okay, mean and standard deviation hasn't changed, so let's enter our information. Back to distribution, which is second vars, a range, so CDF, and our lower limit is 73, comma, our upper limit is infinity, which we're going to put as a series of 9s. The mean, again, is 55, standard deviation is 7, close the parentheses, and there we are with our probability of 0.005. Now, if I wanted to change that into a percentage, I could multiply it by 100, and I would have 0.5% of my eggs are actually extra large. Nice. Very, very nice. Now, for greater than problems, our upper limit was infinity, but for less than problems, what would our lower limit be? That's right, negative infinity, and we will put that in as a series of 9s, but negative 99999. All right, hopefully this helps. Oh, Casio's up next. Give me 1 second. All right. So now let's talk about how to do the same exact thing on the Casio calculator. Now for the Casio calculator, let's figure out what the probability is that my egg is small. Okay, so we need a picture. Good. Okay, so small eggs have a weight less than 53. So 53 on my graph would be here, and I'm talking about this part of the graph. I shade the part of the graph that I'm targeting. Okay, so now we need our 4 values. Okay, so now we need our 4 values for this particular target. Okay, what was the lower limit for this particular value? The lower limit, notice my graph goes on forever in the negative direction also. So my lower limit would be negative infinity. Now we're going to put that in as a series of 9s, but negative 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Our upper limit, the maximum, is 53. And again, we have the same mean and the same standard deviation. Now you have to enter these a little bit differently in the Casio, so let's talk about it. Go ahead and turn it on, get to your menu if you're not already there, and we're going to go to stats. Now along this bottom row, you'll see choices. We're gonna need distribution because we're talking normal distribution. So hit the F5 under the DIST. Normal distribution, and remember we're doing CDF because we're doing a range. If I wanted to find a probability of 1 point, I would do PDF, but CDF because we're doing a range. Okay, now on your Casios, this screen there could be a list or there could be variables. We're looking at variables. Okay, so here we go. We have a menu. My lower limit, negative 9999999. Enter. My upper limit, 53. And now this, on the Casio, it asks for your standard deviation first. So make sure you pay attention to that. The standard deviation, which is sigma, is 7. And then finally, my mean is 55. Execute, and there we are. The probability that I have a small egg is 0.388. Now, don't forget that probability can be changed into a percentage by multiplying by 100. So 38% of my eggs happen to be small. Nice. Hope this helped. I'll see y'all next time.